Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Hello, one and all. Thank you all for being so patient. I excuse me. I had to do some things with my computer. I'm asking it to do way too much lately. And sometimes it gets kind of glitchy and rebel on me. So I took a little extra time to straighten it out. Um but yeah, it's good now. But yeah, it processes a lot of information. And I tell you, no matter how much technology is available, there are still some things that is just a bit too much for it. So anyway, that's enough of all that who shot John. How is everybody? I hope you're having a good day. Um, hmm. Let me open up a second window here so I can see what you're seeing. That helps me a lot. Okay. So far, so good. Hello, B10, Carmen Bennett, Jean Monafee, or is it Monafee? Anastasia Isabella, Gwendolyn Daniels, Angela Thomas, Connie Balmer, Dory Wiley, Teresa Wiseman, Glow YCA, and also there's Teresa Williams, Sherry Ware, Faith Churchnelli, Pauline Allen, Sister and Cece, welcome one and all. Thank you for your patience. Okay, let me do this. Okay, I got that. And I just need to get my slides going. Sorry about that. Again, I was working up to the very last minute, and my computer decided to have some fun with me. And it gets hot too. Anytime your computer gets hot, then you know you're in trouble. Okay. Okay, yeah, it is a bit warm to the touch, that's for sure. Okay. There we go. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It wasn't as terrible as I thought it could be. I didn't think she went in there with this like vicious agenda. I didn't see that. Um, Of course, I'm not sure I've seen the whole thing because, as you know, legacy television or the old guard television, the one that has been around since the 1940s, the late 40s, they're trying to give us little bits and pieces so that we could, I guess, interact with their social media. Like, for instance, they all have YouTube and they depend on that YouTube. If you like this, so and so, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I tell you, I have let out a few expletives to their weatherman because I'm so tired of him saying that. The only other person that I'm more resentful about that is on Good Morning America. But I mean, sometimes we need them, though, don't we? So Hoda, as you know, she was in The Hague, and yeah, I'm gonna be nice, sister, and let me help you out with that. But I'm gonna be nice. But she was there. She was there. And let's see, next slide here. So one thing I want to say is I don't want to forget Joel's contribution to the interview. He was selected for a very good reason, and I think because Harry realized that his story will help keep the focus on the veterans, which is what I've been saying all along. We have to keep the focus. Okay, okay. All I was gonna say is, yeah, I know y'all saw her big head running around there, but yeah. Okay, are y'all satisfied? Are you satisfied? That was all I was thinking. It's like, oh, I see her big head self over there. But that was it. I didn't have anything more than that. That was it. That was it. I swear I was not going to go any further than that. Just her big head self. I knew I saw her old big head self over there. That was all I was thinking when I saw her. Nothing, I think that would be particularly cruel or mean spirited. Just a little, you know. I mean, she does have a big head. That's all. But to be fair, most famous people you meet, you realize they're shorter than you thought and their heads are much larger than you could have ever conceived. I know that. Thank you, April May. I saw part of it. She did all right. Let's keep the focus on that and not and we'll leave that melon of hers alone. I mean, oh Jesus. But let's let's see when that was the first thing I thought when I saw why are y'all getting messy already? Because you all were thinking the same thing I was thinking. You all were thinking the same thing I was thinking and just didn't yes, Mary, thank you so much. I'm trying to be professional here and not but I was like, good God, is that old big head self over there? But yeah, that was her. And then, of course, then we found out that yes, she was doing an interview. So that's it. I'm glad that I can finally get that out of my system because I had been hanging on to that for a couple of days, and now I'm free. Yes, Karen. Let's talk about the interview. Baron, I watched the first part. Harry was on from pushing back to Invictus, and he's a master with the media. Harry, absolutely. I mean, there's been a few gaffes that Harry's had in the past where I'm like, ooh, you know, for some reason, before all of this stuff blew up with the media's attack on the Duchess of Sussex, when they were at the radio station and Harry said, I guess the family that she's never had, I understood what he was saying, but when I heard it, I was like, ugh. Because I have a certain ear for things that are said. And I'm not saying I'm the only one. I'm sure a lot of y'all have that, like, sixth sense about the conversations that someone has in an interview. And when I heard him say, I guess the family she never had, I was like, I was just holding my breath from that point on because I knew exactly what was going to happen and that there would be this whole big thing. I didn't realize that her sister, I didn't even know of her sister that obviously none of us did. But then her sister latched on to that and she monetized a lot of money from that. So I'm going to say that that was likely from his heart, but it was also a bit of a faux pas because it gave ammunition to the grifters. So, but for the most part, Harry is on target and very deliberate about what he says, and more so now than ever before. And I guess he realized that speaking from the heart at this point carries a lot. And so he's not able to express himself as you and I could in conversational situations, especially if he's on camera, because it is, they'll take it and run with it. Let me take a couple of comments. Uh, NBC grifters on display. Cheesing shows her teeth too much. That's right, Carmen Bennett. Hoda knows we drag her if she stepped out of line. You got that right. People are a bit wary of the squad, B10. Baron, behave. I'm going to spank you the back of your hands for talking about Hoda's big head. Okay. And let's see. needs wine laced with. Okay. All right. Next. Hi, everyone. Happy to be able to hop on during my lunch break. I am glad you're here. I'm so sorry I was late today, but I'll have a conversation with my computer about its lack of character. Oh, yes, I certainly remember the comment made that Christmas he meant well, but it came out wrong. Bellissima, it was monetized by those grifters, and I was very frustrated about that. And that was really, I think, the first time I had ever heard of her, that person. And she ran with it. And for that, I was like, oh God, Harry, please be careful. Um Hello, Irish Demonia. Hello, Squatties. Peace and blessings and God's favor. I pray so. I absolutely pray so. Okay, but she had to insert Charles and William. So glad Harry shut her down politely and directed it back to the Invictus. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He played a little dodgeball and won. Absolutely. And you know what? For that, I have to say she had to ask the question. She just had to. There was no way to avoid that because the only way that they and not that we have anything to prove to anybody in the United States when it comes to journalism, least of all those tabloids, but it would have looked completely disingenuous if she would have avoided that question. So she asked the question. She didn't push. Okay, I'm good with that. She asked the question, gave him the opportunity, which is what the interview is for, and then it was over. So I'm not going to flip out about that one. Let's see. No, that's exactly the family she had. Exactly, Carolyn Tubb. You're right. In that moment, and it was Harry's hope. It was Harry's hope. But of course, the phonies in the family. There was some people in the Windsor household that were being phonies, and those phonies pretend as though we just love us some Meghan. Oh God, she's wonderful. But as soon as she proved to be too popular, then one by one they were like looking at each other. Y'all know what we got to do, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, they were her family for about 5 minutes until she was too popular. The interview was pretty cool. What I loved about Harry is that he's very used to reporters, so they can never take him down roads he doesn't want to go. Worldwide birthday celebration. I love that observation. I think it is bang on. Thank you for that. And Harry is right to worry that people is around to protect her as they have shipped her off to a smaller place away from Windsor. They could this could be elder abuse, perhaps. Jean, that certainly sounds logical, except for one thing. Sandringham was a home, I believe it was purchased by her grandfather, and Sandringham is a property that is owned by the Queen outright. It doesn't belong to the Crown Estate, so that is a home for them. Sandringham is not very large. Anytime there's a Christmas, they're like filled to the rafters with servants and Windsors. So it is a home. It is a home. It's not a formal place. It is very much a home. It just happens to be a larger home than most Brits would own, but it is a home. So it doesn't have the same formality. And of course, she can, spend time in her thoughts in a place. So I'm not going to necessarily sign on to the part about that, but I do believe Harry put them on notice. Harry put them on notice that they need to take care of her. And we don't know who that was directed toward, whether it was staff, whether it was his father, or whether it was his uncle, but it was a very pointed statement, and he said it because he meant it. He meant business. And that also goes right in line with what he said about us having conversations that she can only have with me. There's certain things that the queen will only say to me. So yeah, that is right in line with that. Harry said says now home in Santa Barbara has welcomed them with open arms. Oh, I'm sure that's a little typo, I think, but yes, absolutely. Santa Barbara, SB, as he referred to it on another occasion, they did welcome them with open arms, and the community is very protective of them. Baron, they would pick anything to give the other sister a platform. They just twist it to make yeah, absolutely, CP. And I'm not criticizing Harry for speaking from his heart, but you know what? It happened, and it was a teachable moment. And then from that point on, then you know better. As Maya Angelou says, when you know better, you do better. So, according to Maya Angelou, that's exactly what you do. When you know better, you do better, right? So that's what happened. He did better with that, and he certainly doesn't mention her anymore or anything that might provoke her. Hell, let me see. Hi everyone. Love when Harry said his mom is with him and he does everything with her in mind. Yeah, absolutely, and that's how it is when you lose a parent. Is that those parents stay with you? Anyone that you love and that you have lost, especially someone as close as a parent, they stay with you. They are always with you. What anyone thinks about what he says when he's telling his truths. That's true, Sash. Absolutely. Harry speaks his truth. And as we noticed in the Me You Can't See, he did not hesitate to say what needed to be said. He was absolutely fearless in that conversation. Let's see. It was a double-edged sword. He was deceived to believe his family will support him all the way. Little did he realize his family would go rogue. Exactly. I believe that, again, don't get me started with my promises, but I do believe that promises were made and we're going to let things happen like before. And as Megan even said, she believed them when they said that she would be protected. Now, they promised to protect that dancing broomstick, and for the most part, they have, except for when the queen wanted to point out how lazy she was. But when it came to the Duchess of Sussex, whatever whisper or hint of protection that was given was quickly taken away, especially after the Oceania tour. After the Ocean, and plus, when there was any type of statements made to the press, it came from Harry. It came from Harry, like when they used the term straight out of Compton. And then there was another press release that Harry sent out accusing them of being the R word and otherwise. And after that, the family they actually pretended as though they were paralyzed, and it was just nothing they could do. So okay, let me see. Mo Shannon says Hoda Kind's uh, famous for being Hoda's kind is famous for being seemingly wine drunk with Kathy Lee on that morning show. Yeah, yeah, that was her. She traded on the idea that they were having wine and they were just a couple of good girlfriends hanging out. Hoda better play her cards right because the squad here are petty, messy, and vindictive. That's right, Iris. If you play your cards right, everything will be all right. Everything will be all right with me. That's right. If you play your cards right, everything's going to be all right. I'm from the school of you catch more flies with don't want to knock the people who are somewhat favorable. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me see. What do I have here? So I'm going to change gears just slightly. And Joelle Rodriguez, he was showcased in I believe, the second part of the interview. Thank goodness. I was afraid that they were going to just have him there for a split moment, but no, he actually came back and they told his story about how he was injured in a car crash, and his wife asked him, "Are you okay?" And as Hoda said, something about the cards you are dealt. Then, of course, he decided that he was dealt some cards, and that he was going to keep. I thought it was courageous. I don't think I would have had it in me. I would have probably have resolved myself to feel as sorry for myself as I could, and just like drown my sorrows into episodes of Downton Abbey or something, and maybe some Ben and Jerry's New York Super Fudge Chocolate Chunk. But this guy decided to do something more radical and more sensible by struggling to do the things that he could do and that he wanted to do. And what an example he has made for his two children. I think he has a boy and a girl. What an incredible example that he's made for his children, for his wife, for everyone. I mean, this guy is a fighter through and through. And he meant to spend his life in the military. He wanted to have a career to last a lifetime, and he's using his situation to inspire so many other people. So I thought he was a perfect fit to accompany Harry in the interview, and that was very smart that he was there, so that no matter what happened, the focus would have to stay on the veterans. That was so very important. So back to Hoda. Let me see. Before I go any further, I just want to take a look at the transcript and see if there was any parts of it that I wanted to recall. Let's see. Hoda says was one woman who came up with to me yesterday and said something. Yes, okay. The woman that Hoda was speaking about, she said that a woman came up and said that she was actually on the verge of self harm before the Invictus Games. Before the Invictus Games, she had reached a point where she was on the verge of self harm, which is frightening to think about, that a decision that could have affected, I guess, her family, her friends, her partner, whoever, something that drastic hinged on whether or not she had watched a video about this Invictus game thing. She said she was like so close. And then when she saw the Invictus games, she had to rethink things. She found a purpose because of Invictus. And that's got to be powerful. For what Harry is doing this week, Harry will have to take some time to decompress from everything, because he has so much responsibility, and that he took time out to do this interview is incredible. It is just amazing that Harry took the time out to do this interview. I can only imagine the amount of pressure that Harry has, where everybody's looking at him, everybody's pulling for him, grabbing at him, um, searching for him, want to take a photo with him. All of these things by themselves are very innocent, but it is an entire week, if not longer. But all of this frenzied activity around the games, and he's like the very center, the very focus of everything that's happening. Now, I have to say, Harry is an executive producer now, right? He is also a chief officer of whatever it is at Better Up. And he's had 10 years in the military. So Harry is ideally suited for this position, but he is still a human being, and I worry about him. And I think that, well, I shouldn't say I think that's not strong enough. I know that he has people around him who can help keep him focused and keep him grounded and to make sure that he has a safety net or a safety zone around him, because there's a lot going on this week, and there's a lot of people who are trying to have access to him. And with all of that going on, even do you guys realize that I think it's not just one day, but 2 days, Harry had no scheduled public activities. I've seen him more in the past 48 hours than the start of the Invictus games. I mean, he's doing all these interviews, and I wasn't expecting that. I guess it makes sense, but I wasn't expecting him to do all these interviews. So I'm concerned about him, and I'm pretty sure that people that are much smarter than I am and who are better suited to be near him right now are helping to guide him through this. But this is a very high pressure week. He's not just a royal wearing an oversized uniform, showing up at an event, and there's a bunch of courtiers and such running around doing things. He's being very hands on, right? And he has a good team, that's for sure. But he still needs to be careful. So I am worried, but I'm pretty sure he'll be fine. Just I'm going to show you what I mean before I even go further. One of the things that I was having trouble with was trying to set up a video, and every time I tried to dub it so that I could share it, then it wouldn't show up. It was just a blank screen. Okay, so that's what I mean. That frenzied pace makes me nervous. But yeah, I hear you guys. He's got good people around him, and let's see. Okay, let me take that away. Baron, everything you have said here today is a very reason Harry so hated by the unroyal, the royal rhoda rodents, royal rodents, derangers, trolls, and haters. Absolutely. Teresa says, I read a post by one of the family members, um, where she said these veteran athletes get aftercare to decompress and get back to their rehab routines with doctors. Uh, I forgot. I don't know what PT means. And mental health workers. Okay. Well, I'm so glad to know that. I'm so glad to know that. Not and Better Up is there, right? Better Up is on the scene. So that's another thing. Okay, let me see there. Baron, did you see that Expedia joined travelers today? No. So that's Google was last week, and so now Expedia is part of it. I didn't see that, but thank you for letting me know. I did not know that. Okay, let me see. Harry is his mother's child. I see so much of his mother in him. It is so wonderful to see. Praying for him, praying for prosperity for him and his family. Thank you so much for that, Carrie Ann. Okay, and to think your baby girl is taking her first steps. Yes, Veronica, quick, I forgot about that. Just yesterday, they mentioned that, I believe. And you want to be there, and Invictus wanting to be in two places at once. Yes, yes. Yeah, I mean, he's going to manage just fine. It's just like me to worry about something like that. What you see is how Prince Harry is at all the Invictus games. He is usually everywhere with everyone. Yes, yes, he is definitely making sure that everything gets the proper attention that it deserves. And you guys don't forget that along with all of this, there's also the team from Ukraine. Harry seems to have taken a particular interest in making sure that Team Ukraine um, that their voices are heard because with everything else that is going on, one of the very first photos of Harry that we received from the Invictus game was when he was speaking to the team Ukraine. And you could see in his eyes a level of empathy that was very touching and it almost, I mean, I don't know exactly what order of business they had for the day, but it seems like his first stop, as far as we know with the photos, was with the Ukraine team. Yeah, Ukraine, I'm sorry, not Crane, but Ukraine team. And then there was like photo number one was Harry looking at a map or a poster or something, and then the next photo was that of our Duchess. I mean, I still remember the way the photos poured in because we were all desperately waiting to see something, and they weren't like oh, matter of fact, I have it right here. I was looking for it. There it is. Was there another? Yes, that and that. Let's see if I can cue these up for you. Uh, hmm. Uh, was that? No, that's not it. Okay. Okay. First photo. First photo. There it is. Huh. Oh, okay. Hid it for myself. There we go. All right. I'll show you exactly what I was speaking of. But as Megan loves to say, hit the ground running. There you go. That's it right there. Um, well, it's in do you call that Cyrillic? But anyway, I guess is whatever you would call it. But yeah, there he is, and that was the first photo, I believe, the first photo that we saw of Harry at the Invictus Games, and if that was the very first outing, I promise you he's been on the move ever since. So there you have it. But yeah, he'll be okay. Don't pay any attention to me. I'm just the type that worry about everything like that because I'm not gonna relax until everything is done and everything is okay. Baron, someone else may have already said this, but Harry will be fine. He has always done multiple interviews during the Invictus Games and has always Invictus Game has done multiple interviews. Yes, yes, this is true. This is true. But um I'm gonna keep praying. I'm just gonna keep praying. Marjorie agree. He could even go to Nevis where he holidays with his mother and brother as young children. Are you saying that he may move to another place? Is that the conversation is Harry has always done more? Oh, I've read that already. I need to look at me. I should talk. I'm over here doing 1,000 things at once. I should talk. I'm over here multitasking. So, yeah, if I can do this, then that's monumental for me. But Harry is like, Superman compared to me. So, yeah, he'll be fine. Okay, you guys. All right, I hear what you're saying. I'm not going to dwell on it. Okay, so there are the photos we received yesterday. These were the photos that Hoda used, I believe, on her Instagram to promote today's interview. I'm going to look at the let me see. Yeah, okay, so she said that the lady said the Invictus game saved my life. Harry said, "It's an amazing feeling, but every single game that I go to, I hear the same thing from many of them, and that is feels amazing that we have managed to play a part in their recovery." That is so wonderful for Harry to say that. Um, but yeah, you can find the transcript online from the interview. And aside from that, we already talked about his grandma. Your grandma be 96. What is the best thing about her? Her sense of humor, her ability to see the humor in so many things. Let me see. He said, "We have a really special relationship. We talk about things that she can't talk about with anyone else." Ooh, what does that mean? And so that is always a nice piece to her. But I think and I think after a certain age, you get bored with birthdays. Okay. So yeah, I'm still in the school of thought that Harry was putting somebody on notice. Obviously, putting somebody on notice. Um, let's see. That was a group shot, and there's another image of Joelle Rodriguez, Staff Sergeant, United States Army, retired, Tampa, Florida. And oh, and this guy right here. This guy was the one that gave Hoda the flowers. You may remember her mentioning that in the interview. That's the guy right there. I didn't get the name, but she did mention his name. And she said that she took the flowers back in a cup because yeah, and she was like, "Well, what are these for?" And he said, "There's for you. I'm just giving you those if that's okay." Oh, man, that really, really touched me. B10 says, "I pray that Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan stay in love with each other forever and ever. I pray they support each other and comfort each other in the tough times." I'll say amen to that, B10. Hi, Baron. I read the Cambridges will move to Windsor because they fear that Andrew is taking advantage of the Queen. I wonder if that's what it's about. I do wonder. Andrew is the one who has the easy access. Now, of course, is it Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank? They live very nearby at the Frogmore, but I don't have a map of the area, so I don't know what nearby means because the Great Windsor Park is huge. Okay. And the town of Windsor is like right there next to the castle. And so I don't know what any of that means geographically, but they say that Andrew sees his mother almost every day. Okay. Yes, it sounded like it to me, too, Baron. I know his grandmother gave him the 911 on the snakes, the in the firm family. Yeah, yeah, it does. I mean, that type of language that Harry used, what else could it be besides a notification? I'm putting you on notice that I am calling you out if I must. Um, because two things jump out. She says things that to me that she can't say to other people. And the other thing that jumps out, of course, is I wanted to make sure she was safe and that she had good people around her. Now, the morning shows in the UK are running with that. And of course, they're going to use that to try to make a mockery of Prince Harry and insinuate that Prince Harry doesn't live here. How does he know? What can he do? Obviously, if you all are having these conversations, then he could probably do a lot and he probably knows a lot. So somebody is on notice. Someone has been placed on notice today. That's what I'll say, is that someone has been placed on notice. And Harry, just like with the Oprah Winfrey interview and the fact that he has a book coming out, I tell you what, um, if there was anybody who had any doubts about how well the book will do, trust me, it's going to do extremely well. And it is going to be thoroughly, thoroughly scrutinized, even more so now, especially with anything to do with his grandmother. Because Harry has, I mean, that when he said that, I kind of felt that Clint Eastwood vibe. I kind of felt a little Clint Eastwood vibe. I'm sure he and Meghan talk every day to support him. Also, and seeing the kids via the technology helps him also. Yes. If Andrew is looking for a place to live, I think that guy's house is available. Yeah, because the chalet is already bought and paid for. I think maybe that was given to William. I thought about that too, B10. They will be fine. I'm just wondering how is explained to George about Harry, the pics of George. He's looking annoyed. Huh. I have to think about that one. At least Hoda doesn't laugh out at the inappropriate moments like Doolittle Kate. True. I think he actually said he wants a lasting relationship, and that's why he until after army life to have a wife and a family. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, and we could also speculate that Harry wanted out of the institution a long time ago, and by them mistreating his wife, that just made it so much easier to walk away. I think Eugenie is telling Harry what's going on around their granny, since Eugenie can't say anything since she is part of the firm. Yeah, what role Eugenie plays, that still has a big question mark over it. We just can't know. Okay, let me take that away. There's some kernel of truth we can say it is untrue. We can say it is untrue either. That is Anne's role to her mom's welfare. What it tells me, there's been existential, is that right? Problem all along. Bozo the liar asked and quipped. Bozo, of course, being Boris, is that right? But yeah, and yeah, I would think that Afro Annie would definitely. I mean, I wonder how much time she spends with her mother. I know that during the pandemic, she didn't see her mom face to face for quite some time. That was when they had the queen living in the so-called bubble. Um, yeah, a few other things that I'd saved today to share with you. Prince Harry with United States Air Force Tech Sergeant Kevin Green at the Invictus Games welcome event for Team USA and Team Ukraine. Yeah, you guys, and I hope you don't mind. I always want to share these because that is why they're there. So there's Harry photo bombing someone. What is that? Derek Cabana? Cabana? Okay. Let me enlarge that a bit. Picture with Ross from Team USA. Okay. So yeah, Hoda. Harry's doing a bit of a photo bomb. I can't believe I called him Hoda. And I forget the guy with the silver hair. I forget his name, but That's a close friend of Harry's. And I had like 2 days to try to figure out what his name is again, and there's, JJ, Chalmers behind him, so, but I love the sign Team USA. And this little girl, I don't know where she came from, but it looks like she just walked over to do a fist bump with, Harry. Okay. I wonder what the royal rodents feel about those olive branch comments now. Additionally, I am sick of the narrative that Harry and Meghan have to apologize for anything. Yeah, I told you the tone that they use is like that there are a couple of children that have misbehaved. And that's what I hate the most. I think it's so condescending. This tone that they get every time they mention the Sussexes, like they're a couple of children who have just misbehaved and that they have to go sit in the corner or something like that. Um, once they broke free from that firm, once they broke free from the institution, there was no way in the world that they were going to go quietly into the night and then, stick to the corners of the room like a little mouse. They have their lives in California. They're no longer dependent upon that institution, and they're not your children. They are not anyone's children over there. At least of all, not the tabloid media. These are adults. These are not children. They're rich, powerful, influential, global ambassadors, global influencers. They don't. You're not going to treat them like that. That's what I get sick of. You hear me? Sick. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that tone that they use with the Sussexes especially Loose Women or Resto Myers or any of those people. They always and Chris Ship with a P not a T, he is very, very slick about his animosity towards the Sussexes. Very slick about it. He always seems to get this face like he's like he just realized he has to go and drop a couple of deuces or something. He always gets this face that he is so put off with it. They are putting food on your table. You cannot be that bad off. Okay. Just love the pic and footage you're sharing, Baron. Makes me happy. Oh, thank you, Mo. Okay, and here it says, I believe some of the servants are keeping Harry informed because they said William was a brat. Harry is nice to everyone, including the servants. Maybe they are letting him know what is going on too. Hmm, that's interesting. And I would imagine some of the people who work in Windsor Castle um, are people that may have watched Harry grow up. I mean, some of the Queen has lost a lot of old friends, but there are some servants that, if I remember the story, someone who worked at one of the castles, I forgot which one it was. It may have been at the Buckingham Palace. He said he saw some woman coming down the hallway with a walking frame, or as we call them here in the United States, a walker. And he thought it was some tourist or something who lost her way. And he said, "Can I help you, ma'am?" And she was like, "Oh, no, I work here." And then she started dusting a table. I don't know if they still keep people like that around, but I would imagine that if there were people like that that are still lurking about the hallowed halls of the various homes, that if there are people that have been around that long, then I would imagine that some of those people would um, you know, feel inclined to say, what's going on here? You need to know this. Maybe they feel like he's the only one they can trust. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, but I just wonder about that. I feel sorry for the queen because so many people use her to boost their profile. Sophie, the queen's favorite, Kate is the one the queen really, I mean, relies on. It must drive her crazy. Well, I don't think Kate fits into that. I don't think Kate fits into that. I've heard that Sophie, um, the Countess of Wessex, I've heard that she was pretty close like that, but I don't see Kate as being that close to the Queen. So, nah, Kate, not so much. I don't think the Queen is too happy. But yeah, there may be some advantages that are being taken because of the Queen's declining health. That is for sure. Wow, see why Harry and Meghan loves kids. They are more interested in their mother's medal than anyone around them. Aw, I like that. Okay. All right, so let's move over here. So I was listening to Pedo, and while I was having my issues over here trying to put together the video, even though it was so short, but while I was having issues, I was listening, and she did mention the bench, and I did not make that association with the me you can't see, but it makes so much sense. And yeah, so there you have it. So this is an Invictus game um, snap where you can see a yellow bench has served as one of the themes of the Invictus Games, The Hague. This simple bench will stay in the park and serve as a place where people can connect, which is absolutely beautiful. And here's a close up of the painting of the yellow bench, which is very cool. So that is a permanent fixture to the park. I like that. And here is some more of Harry just hanging out with the athletes and their families. Harry whistling while riding his bike. And this right here, I don't know if you guys saw this one, but this is Meghan's makeup artist. And you can see there Daniel Martin. The Sussex squad leaves The Hague. um, Meghan Markle's trusted makeup artist Daniel Martin leaves The Hague. Well, as you can see, the photo came from the fail, but I believe it was a squatty that posted that on the Twitter, and so that's why it says the Sussex squad leaves The Hague. I don't think the Daily Fail used that language. Oh, and this is something else. If you guys remember, I spoke about um oh my goodness, how could I just forget his name that fast? Wait a minute, wait. I'm so sorry. Let me do this. Bob Woodruff. Good God, that's scary. I didn't realize that I had a couple of photos I saved of Bob Woodruff at the Salute to Freedom gala at the Intrepid. And that was, yeah, Bob Woodruff was there. So as you can see, the connection with Bob Woodruff probably even predates this particular event, where, as you can see, Bob Woodruff had good access to the Sussexes on that night when Meghan wowed them in that red Carolina Herrera dress. So that is Bob Woodruff there on the left. And then this other photo, you can see these two guys just, hanging out, spending some time at the Salute to Freedom night. There's another photo of Bob Woodruff. And just to refresh your tea, if you forgot from yesterday, or if you didn't hear it yesterday, Bob Woodruff, I am here in The Hague this week, reporting on the Invictus Games. Prince Harry and Meghan are here. I met the U.S. athletes. Let me do this so I can see what it says there. And also athletes in the yellow and blue uniforms who are from Ukraine, not the Ukraine, but Ukraine. So Bob Woodruff, he was a reporter for ABC News, is still a special reporter for ABC News, who was embedded with the U.S. forces in Iraq and suffered a terrible brain injury so bad that Bob Woodruff was in an induced coma for 36 days. And I saw one of the photos after the surgery and care to save his life. And well, actually, it was while he was convalescing, and the shape of his head was enough to make you feel queasy, but they had to literally reshape his skull just to, get him whole again. And he still struggles with recovering from the injury, but I think it was an IED. Is that right? Improvised explosive device. One of the squatties told me yesterday because I couldn't remember how you say that. But yeah, it was an improvised device that exploded and he got injured really, really bad. And just in an instant, his whole life changed. So yeah, it was interesting that I had these photos and I forgot about it when I put the slides together yesterday. But I found them, so I just thought I would share those too. And again, there's Bob Woodruff. The Hague must be a very beautiful place. I have to go there. I simply have to go there. And in case you ever find yourself in the Netherlands, they say everything is very flat. So if you like riding a bicycle, um, most of the Netherlands is very bicycle and pedestrian friendly. um, when you go to an intersection in some places, it's the cars that are forced to either slow down or stop because the bikes don't have to go up and down any type of elevation. It's all flat. It's the cars that have to rise up, cross over the intersection, and then drop down on the other side. So, incredible place. Would love to be there. So, but yeah, that is Bob Woodruff. And lastly, Bob Woodruff Foundation supporting our heroes. So he started a foundation because of that extra added connection to the military. Because of his injuries, he's like a brother to the rest of the military families because he ate with them, he slept with them, and he also suffered a very similar or identical injury as some of the servicemen. So that that is Bob Woodruff, in case you never heard of him. Okay, and then let's see, where am I at here? Oh yeah, there we go. So Harry's interview with People Magazine. Oh, by the way, let me take a couple of your comments. I'm just talking away here. Anastasia, oh, Joyce Boat says, the only way she got his attention was by nearly stripping naked, even though they had been friends for quite a while. Okay, I'll come back to that one. I'll come back to that one. Y'all work that out. Um, Shifty Chris Ship with a P, not a T, is posting uploaded videos of the couple kiss with his face magnified, um, adjacent, looking at them very creepy and invasive. Really, I haven't seen that. Maybe I don't want to see it. And Teresa Weissman, you say that's true, Marshar. The squatty wasn't confrontational, but just spoke truth. Didn't she say he contacted her after he did a report about the tone of that report? Well, if it's Chris Ship you're talking about, then tone has been a continuous problem. Carol Purdue says there is a video that Invictus posted of a bicycle tour of Hague. It's beautiful. Definitely check it out on YouTube. Will do. Will do. Ship couldn't bring himself to be honest and nice the whole way. Shame on him. I don't get that look of like hostility that he has all the time. I really cannot stand that look of hostility that he has. I mean, what are you so angry about? How does Harry's life affect you that much that you look so like angry? that you have to measure your words so that you don't say the wrong thing. I just don't get that about him. Baron, the Netherlands is beautiful and clean. Bicycles are the primary mode of transportation. It's a must visit country. Also, everywhere you go and in every shop, you can buy some cigarettes. Yeah, okay. Well, they sell cigarettes here. I'm just being silly. I know what you mean. But I'm not a smoker. Well, I've been to Amsterdam. I just haven't been to The Hague. But that was the experience that I enjoyed in Amsterdam was the bikes everywhere. Okay, how many of you think Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan should stand on the balcony for the Queen's Jubilee? Not safe unless standing behind the camera. Oh man. Well, if the Queen wants Harry to be there and everything goes the way it should go, meaning security wise and everything, if they can reach some type of compromise or agreement or whatever, I don't see the harm in it. I just don't want the carriage ride along the parade route of the the to the parade ground for the troop in the colors. I only ever had gone to the Troop in the Colors one time, and that was in 2018. And so, like a few weeks after the wedding, I saw the Sussexes again at the Troop in the Colors, and the parade route is between. I forget whether it's at the oh, is it's at an armory or something like that, or the Admiralty. I know they go through the Admiralty Arch or something, and then they end up at a parade ground, and then they loop. Well, they come back to Buckingham Palace, and then up on the balcony they appear, and the crowd waves. Then there's a flyover with the RAF and such, and then eventually they will. I guess they'll come back out again or whatever. But yeah, I think they make two appearances on the balcony. But that's pretty much all to it. I mean, otherwise, you just have a chance to see the royal family, and only the VIPs are allowed to stand around the Queen Victoria Memorial or even step to the gates. Otherwise, you are kind of pushed back, and your best view of them is usually along the parade route. So, um, but if you guys do end up there, I asked one of the police officers where the best place to stand, and he told me, he said, long as you don't stand like behind the Victoria Memorial, he said, stand on either side and you can see. So that's what I did, and it worked out perfect. Okay, so there's a couple more photos of the. By the way, was there any? I made a video about the People magazine, and I yeah, I think I'm good with that. Unless you guys have anything you want to add to it. Have you been covering the? I recall in 2017. That's how I knew him. I traveled with a couple. Also, 16-day tour visit down under. He was still shifty with the same snarky content. Oh, that's Chris Ship with a P, not a T. Okay. Cookies and Cream says, I hope the Sussexes do not go to the Jubilee. They only want them for PR for the R word British press. Yeah. It has to be their decision, though. And but I don't think the Queen would ask Harry to do it for the sake of sentimentality or something like that. I don't even know that she would ask him to do it. I think she would rather spend time with him rather than to spend time because with the whole thing, there's like a luncheon or something that they'll have or whatever. No, I take that back because usually after the Troop in the Colors, they all go back in separate directions. It's the darndest thing. But no sooner than it's over with, when they make that second balcony appearance, that they get the heck out of there. Everybody goes their own direction. I think it was a half-ass invitation to tell someone you can come for one part, but you can't be a part of this. Is that for the troop and the colors? Because if it is, I don't want them on the parade route. That I wouldn't feel safe about. I would not want the Sussexes on the parade route. Just the balcony appearance and then leave. Then leave. But other than that, I do not want them on the parade route. Let me see, if the Sussexes go, of course, anything that is in public eye, that is where they'll show them, especially if Archie and Lily are there. I doubt if Archie and Lily would go trooping the colors. I mean, that takes place in June, and if they didn't come to the Invictus games, they're definitely. I mean, if they do show up, yeah, but they're not gonna. Oh God, if it means that the kids have to go on the balcony, then I don't want anybody there. I just thought about that. I don't want anybody there. If it means the kids are going to be on the balcony, no. I'm just going to tell Harry no myself. If it means that the kids will have to be on the balcony, especially with those other kids, no, it's not going to happen. That the kids are not coming back to the UK for that. When they do come to the UK, it is not going to be for a big public family event. It will be a very small gathering, I'm sure. Okay, so Harry says having Duchess Meghan by his side means everything. This is what he always wanted. He wanted to make sure that he was able to have a wife that could share this experience with him, because being at these family occasions where Harry was like the odd man out, in terms, well, you still had Beatrice and Eugenie didn't have anybody either, but it just makes a big difference for him to be able to have his wife at his side. That is what he's always wanted, was someone to share his life with, someone who understood, someone who was also into service is universal type of life, and that's what he has. Prince Harry played table tennis, and Duchess Meghan paints with children at the Invictus game. This is from the Harper's Bazaar story, and this is not written. Oh yeah, this is Omid Scobie. Yeah, it is Omid Scobie. Let me see. As the sporting event continues in the Netherlands, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex show there is also time for fun and family, which is what they got. So, um, yeah, this is pretty much stuff that you know already. But I was just looking at the Harper's Bazaar article, but it's pretty much everything that Omid has been posting about. Sheila Watson says, I can't wait to read his book. What he says about Meghan, I'm sure he will elaborate more than he has in the past. Yeah, absolutely. The book is not going to be a hatchet job on his grandma. We know that for sure. But oh yeah, and what about the fact that he didn't mention when Hoda asked him about missing his brother and his father? He, Harry was like, anyway, anyway. Yeah, Harry was like, I'm not going to talk about that. I mean, she did throw it out there. She did her job. She did what she was supposed to do. Oh, by the way, there's 1,000 people in here. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. And if you are not a subscriber, please do. This is going to be like a non-messy day, I promise. Oh, again, this is something that I know you all talked about with Pedal. Um, so I went and I found the photos, right? I went and I found the photos, Let me see if I can make it larger. And this is the one where everybody was very concerned about the queen. Yes, you can see that there is bruising on the leg. That is usually an indication of poor circulation. And, it doesn't seem like a pattern of bruising that one would be alarmed about. And the queen has had bruising for quite some time. They never explained it. There was never an point where they explained the bruising, but they haven't tried to hide it either. So, if there's anything that you all should be encouraged about if you are concerned about the Queen's welfare, and that is the fact that they haven't tried to hide anything. It has pretty much been front and center. She didn't wear gloves or, hide behind anything. She just, there you go. There you go. I mean, it's been out there. It's not as though they were trying to avoid the subject, but they don't talk about it either. Yeah, Harry deflected the question. It was a good dodge, perfect deflection. Let's see. So nothing about the bruising. Okay. The queen just needs to step down. Well, Emerald Derrick, she's not going to have a regency, which is one option, is to make Charles a regent, even though he's a regent in everything but name. And I think she means to set the record. And plus, there's a lot of people who just doesn't want Charles to ever be king. And I think increasingly there's a lot of people who doesn't want William to ever be king. They are both disasters. And in William's case, he's just not particularly bright. Let me see. Really, Baron, you and Messi cannot be separated. Marjorie, today we're gonna hold back on the Messi. Um, I am conflicted if the Duke and Duchess of Sussex appear on the balcony with the Queen. It would be a sign of respect. However, it would be an uncomfortable space to be amongst jealous royals. Yeah, I wouldn't stand up front. But yeah, you're right. It would be an uncomfortable space. With the unveiling of Princess Diana's statue, that was an uncomfortable space. Although Harry was smiling and engaging the entire time, the tabloids tried to accuse him of being too happy, too engaging, but that's only because compared to that tree stump of a brother, I mean, compared to his brother, a corpse would be more interesting and engaging to talk to. Uh, a potted fern would be more interesting than talking to his brother. I mean, you wouldn't have to be much of anything to be more interesting than talking to him. He's just not interesting. Anyway. I mean, I have seen ficus trees. I've had conversations with a ficus tree that was more interesting than listening to him go on and on and on about there being too many black people in Africa and that too many people are using the environment and there are too many people flying that he can't even get through the sky for the sake of somebody else flying. So yeah. Yeah, so that's how I feel. Okay, so that's the messy for today. Anyway, I thought this was interesting. I miss my friends. And here you have sport has the power to invoke so many emotions within the space of days, hours, even minutes. It's a roller coaster, but one where success doesn't only look like a gold medal. It can be overcoming fears, making new friends, or finding the confidence to push above and beyond. Very sweet. Let me see. You're welcome. A potted fern or a ficus tree is more interesting than William. Let's see. Faith for the Invictus Games, the Toronto Games were our first time out and about publicly in the official way. We were dating at the time. Oh yeah, this is Harry saying this to Hoda. No, that was in the People magazine. So it was a lot to take in, but fortunately, we were with the perfect community for that. Yes. And you know what I noticed about this? Their body language in this photo looks very much the same as their body language today. Now, I'm not a body language expert, and God knows I don't want one of those channels ever. But if you think about it, um, they're the same people. They're the same people 5 years later, and they are the same people. Nothing has changed. They are still very engaged with one another, very tactile, and very happy to be together. They look upon each other fondly. Okay, and let me see. If the queen is being abused and not have any question if it is the best way to hide is in plain sight. Not all old people get bruises like she has. I believe I will be proved right. Gene, I'm not going to dispute that at all. I'm not going to dispute that at all. It is interesting that they just don't say anything about it. I mean, that is one thing that is curious is that it's there and they won't say anything about it. But I'm not going to say never. I would never say never, but it is interesting. I mean, that is very true what you say. Hiding in plain sight is sometimes better than trying to, keep things from people completely. So I'll take that, what you say. Okay. It's been prophesied that Prince Harry will be the next king of England and Meghan the queen. That's interesting. They did talk about that some time ago, but that would be interesting. And let's see right here. I can see Harry opening the door to his home and those two little ones running to daddy. Well, Lily Diana is taking her first steps. She's taking her first steps. So who knows? By the time he gets there, she'll at least be standing and taking a few brave steps. So yeah, that's something I'm sure he's looking forward to. William thinks it's a privilege for those around him to breathe the same air as him. Well, all they can do is give a little smile and a little wave, do a little dance, make a little love, and get down tonight. That's what I was thinking about when he said, all we could do is give a little smile and a little wave. That's about all we could do. And that was what I was thinking of was that song, Get Down Tonight. Get down tonight. I'm like, is he going into song or what? But yeah, that was pretty lame of him to say that. But um he wasn't too far off the mark though. That is about all that they are capable of in the long run is just that little smile and the wave. So and that's they don't intend to do anything more than that. It's not only that that's all they're capable of, but they don't intend to the Cambridges. They don't intend to do anything more than that. That's it. A little smile and a little wave. Which, of course, I think I just happen to have that handy. I think I just happen to have that handy. Let's see. Do I? Oh, or did I? Huh. What did I do with it? Oh, that's strange. Let me try that one more time. Do that one. Huh. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. No, I do not. Okay, never mind. It's all good. Hmm. Oh, I know what I can do. Got it.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's that's more than financial.
well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's that's more than financial.
well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So
That man is about as warm as an ice bath. In comparison to the Sussexes, that guy is like the ice bucket challenge. He is a living, breathing, walking, talking ice bucket challenge. Whistling Harry having a blast as he cycles around Invictus games. I wish I had a video that I could share of that, but I do not. The only thing that I saw, I believe, is copyrighted. Now, this is one that I don't think you guys have seen. I was just lucky to find this. I didn't see one single photo like this anyplace else except for someone had actually uploaded that on the Twitter, and you can see the little girl's face is painted. I wonder if she told Meghan, "Do you think my face could look like your jacket?" No, I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. But well, and then there's someone else wearing stripes back there. But yeah, I thought that was an adorable picture. Well, I think they had face painting for the kids, but I don't think that the Duchess of Sussex was going to let them touch it with that paint. And of course, oh, well, there's a little girl right there on the left. I didn't notice her the first time. Yeah, this was the book reading that they had. That was the book reading that was mentioned. Yeah, you just you give a little smile and a little wave, and that's about all they can do. Okay, there's that and that, and this is my favorite. This is my favorite. What little kid just like storms the playmat to hand the letter S. Oh, oh, by the way, did you guys hear Anthony Anderson on the he was on the Ellen show and he mentioned this moment where Queen Doria met his mom. And aside from the blue dress, the award and everything else, I love that the two queens stood there together. I love that moment. When these photos came out, it gave me my life. According to Anthony Anderson, his mother was excited to meet Harry. As I told y'all, if you know an African American mother, hi baby, how you doing, baby? I'm pretty sure that's what she said to Harry. You can see the grip that she's got on Harry there. But then the sisterhood between the two moms, I think, is absolutely adorable. Anthony Anderson said that his mother was like, "Girl, give me your phone number so we can go to bingo. I want to take you to bingo." What a way to bond over bingo night. And Anthony Anderson say he told his mother, say, "Mama, look, you can't be asking these people for their numbers like that. I don't think we're allowed to do that. Plus, I don't think that they go to bingo. Who knows? They may have, they may not have, but yeah, I think he was not embarrassed by his mother's very forward like connection with the Sussexes and Queen Doria, but I'm sure it had to be quite the moment. So I would have loved to have been there. I'm sure it was very warm and very friendly. And if it was only on, excuse me, if it was only on camera to share with the royal rodents, I would love for the royal rodents to see the connection between Harry and Black Hollywood. I would love that. Would love that. I mean, everybody just goes in when they see Harry and they can't stand it because they want for people to squirm with discomfort like Chris Ship with a P not a T, or like a Russell Myers, or to make those weird faces like Camilla Tominey. That's how they want people to react to the Sussexes, but it ain't working. The only people who act that way are the royal rodents. You know, they want everybody to do this. Where is she? Oh, my computer is tripping on me. Come on now. Oh, there it is. They want everybody to look like this when they see the Sussexes coming, or they want them to have that obsession. With know the signs, the scrunched brow, the pursed lips, the tight jaw, the squinty eyes. That is what they expect of the public anytime the Sussexes are around. But instead, you get this. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You're just as cute. Get on over here. Give me a hug. What else did they expect? What else did they expect? People love the Sussexes. It's just that simple. People love Meghan and Harry. No matter what they do, no matter how hard they try with their shadiness, the love for the Sussexes is a constant, and they cannot stand it. They cannot stand it. It eats at them that people see through the nonsense. Especially, I mean, come on, I've been African American my whole life. We see through that nonsense. We understand. I mean, if there's any place that Harry could be safe, is right here. If there's any place in the world, especially away from Narnia and all that, this is a place, especially in the warmth and embrace of Anthony Anderson's mama. I mean, she ain't gonna let nothing happen to him. That's her baby now. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's her baby now. And I'm sure because that's Princess Diana's son, that warmth and that charisma from Anthony's mother did not shock him. He didn't have to pull back like, well, what you doing? That did not happen. That did not happen. Harry know how we roll. Harry know how we roll. So, and I'm sure, like he told, what's his name, James Corden, that he's never eaten so well. I think he said he had tried some collard greens and stuff like that. I mean, this man is nourished mentally, physically, nourished with California sunlight. That's why he said, he felt welcome. I mean, come on. What better way to land on your feet than having Doria as part of the family? What better way? Doria is a very spiritual person. She's a very well grounded. Let's see. The picture of Baltimore leering at Meghan makes me want to slap his face. I actually have that one handy. So let's see what you're talking about. I believe I have that one handy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Leering is the operative word, leering. And wait, is that Carol Middleton? Who is that with the white fancier on? Is that Carol? Oh no, that's not Carol. Oh, that's not Carol. I'm sorry. I thought that was Carol Middleton for a minute. The air hostess, but that's Kate. That's Kate. That's not Carol. Who said that was Carol Middleton? Wait a minute. Wait, I just noticed something. Oh, there she is. I was gonna say, uh, there you go. I was like, where's Lydia? Miss Doris and Queen Doria have sisterly moment. Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, let's get rid of these people. Yeah, that's like, hi baby. Girl, we gonna go to bingo tonight. I'm thinking about it now. Before this photo, when was the last time that we saw Doria smiling? When was the last time we ever saw Doria smile? I mean, I'm sure she smiles all the time, but out at a formal event, I'm trying to think if I ever even saw Doria smile before. Wow, I had to think about that. And this is just very comfortable, relaxed smile like that. I don't know that I ever saw that before. Wow, I had to think about that. I tell you, I wish I was there. I wish I could have been there. That must have been magic. That had to have been magic. Oh, wow. Well, And you know what? You know what? I don't know Anthony's story. I don't know his mom's story. I don't know so much about them, but how proud she must be of her son. How proud she must be of her son. What a life they both have. What a life they both have. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They're having a moment there, a good full blown belly laugh. Absolutely, Etney. And I'm so glad that we can see this. I'm sure there's plenty moments like that every day, and we're not privileged to see it. We're not supposed to see it because the Sussexes are entitled to their privacy. But like I said, we can pretend like, oh, there's such a shame that their photos are everywhere, but we want to love them and know that they're happy. We don't want the intrusion, but we do want to know that they are loved and that they are being embraced and accepted by people and that they're happy. That we do want to know, but we do not want to invade their privacy or have the paps after them or something like that. But I'm always glad to see a moment like this whenever it's possible. Hoda this morning on NBC Today shows makes me think that he and Duchess Meghan and the family will not be coming to the Jubilee. I don't believe it either, Patricia. I don't think that they're going to go to the Jubilee. Yeah, you know what? When I'm thinking balcony, let me say this. I just realized my mistake there, or oversight. When I thought balcony appearance, I was thinking Trooping the Colors. But there will be another balcony appearance, I'm sure, for the Jubilee. So yeah, there's the two of those. So I didn't even think about it in those terms. So will the Jubilee and the balcony be combined maybe? And I think if the queen is going to be present, it would just make sense. And you guys know that they had a press release saying that from here on out, that anytime there's an event, they will announce if the queen feels well enough to make an appearance that day. Did you all hear that? It's no longer a question that she will show up or that she won't show up. It will turn into a question of will she turn up. So they don't want the press speculating about it anymore. Um, Somebody wants some classic Royal Sussex messy, I think, Sean. Is that what you're asking me for, a little classic Royal Sussex messy? Okay. I think we can do that for you. And by the way, thank you so much for the super sticker. And I just I I think I'm kind of overdoing those little narrow hips of wheels, but I am going to indulge you because I have been on my best behavior today with a limited amount of messy. Okay, just for you, Sean, with oh, Nafisa Shabazz, thank you so much for the super sticker. And it is Wednesday, isn't it? Wow, that snuck up. I just saw someone say Happy Wednesday. I didn't realize it was Wednesday. It's Prince Spaghetti Day. It is Prince Spaghetti Day. If you know what Prince Spaghetti Day is, then you're probably as old as I am. But yeah, it is Prince Spaghetti Day. Thank you so much. Anthony! Anthony! Anthony is running because it's Wednesday. And if it's Wednesday, Anthony knows it's Prince Spaghetti Day. Oh, God, I'm showing my age. Yes, you know what? Last night I went to bed kind of late because I made that video for the People magazine. I just get the urge to edit sometimes, and so I did stay up way too late. But yeah, I sleep about 6 hours a night. Not great. If I sleep like 8 hours, then I was probably feeling pretty bad when I went to bed. So I'm usually sleeping about 6 hours a night, no more than six. Yeah, usually around six. 6 hours, I'm good. Let's see. Apparently, Trooping the Color is celebration of Queen's birthday. Her birthday is April 21st, and the Trooping the Color is in June when when they stand on the stupid balcony. Yeah, they do it in June because that's usually when the weather is most favorable. It's least likely to rain for the occasion. So I think all the monarchs share their birthday celebrations in June, but never on their actual birth date. So, yep, that is true. One thing to consider was Harry dancing with the beautiful young ladies. This is the one person who would stand. Okay, let me see. Hello, Sherry Ware, Lydia Washington, the other moderators. You rock. This video with Willie Leaks cracks me up. Ants in the pants, and he needs to dance. That's right. Okay, I'm sorry, I saw that already. Okay, you guys, that was it for the slides. Not a messy day today. I decided to, just stick to the story today. So, did anyone have any final thoughts? Got a new member, Lorna Williams. Thank you so much, Lorna. Thank you for joining Royal Sussex. Baron, if you are not 68 going on 69, knocking the hell out of 70, the age is just a number. I am retired. Oh, thank you for saying that. Age is just a number. I got to remember that, especially when it's raining and my joints are aching. I have to remember that. Sometimes I can smell the rain coming. Other days, most days, I can just feel it. Okay, let me see. Oh, wrong way. Okay, you guys. So I am going to give thanks to our faves. Queen Doria. Where are you, Queen Doria? Queen Doria. There you are. Oh, Queen Diana, Queen of our hearts, and Queen Doria, the Queen of everything. Just the Queen of everything she is. And let's take one more look at that. Where is it? There we go. Let's take one more look. Hi, baby. Get on over here. Ma, you can't talk to Prince Harry like that. That's my baby. I could just imagine. I could imagine that moment. That's what my imagination says. Anthony trying to instruct his mother on protocol. and Doris having none of it. Right. Okay, you guys. Anybody got any final thoughts? Who wants to have the last word? We're going to get out of here. Anybody? Let me see. Sonia Johnson has a message to the rodents. The rodents are running wild. Some are saying what the Queen spoke to Harry about. Maybe Harry wants to come back. They can't get over Harry's visit to Queen without them knowing about it. That's true. That really messed with their heads. Oh, that messed with their heads. Let's see. Harry and Meghan are a match made in heaven. What God has put together, let no man put us under. Absolutely, Joan Garcia. Really can't. Mine's a follow up tomorrow morning. Oh, I'm sorry. What's happening with your eyes? Can't feel my eyes. Oh, Audrey Teschner, I hope everything is going to be okay. And what else do we have here? Everyone, please stay safe, pray, and hydrate. I think that's it. I think that's our last word for the day. Okay, sounds good to me, cookies and cream. Well, let's Ginger Avenger ourselves out of here. And then perhaps tomorrow we'll get back to a little good old-fashioned messy. Yeah, we took a messy break today. I think yesterday when I accused the Queen of scaling the wall of Windsor Castle, I thought we deserved a break today, right? But you haven't heard anything else about that intruder, have you? Since my version of events are loosely based on actual accounts, not necessarily true, but loosely based. Okay, cue Ginger Avenger. Oh, I hate to take this picture away. Bye, Doris. Bye, Doria. Love you. Okay, cue Ginger Avenger. Let's see. Where are you, Ginge? Go. Okay, that's it, folks. That is it. Thank you all for coming. Last one out, please turn off the lights. This has not been a Mark Goodson or a Bill Todson production. No animals were maimed or injured throughout this live stream. There was definitely no nudity or violence this time. And okay, y'all. Okay, that's it. That's it. Bye, Connie Balmer. You're welcome, Lydia. Thank you for being an amazing moderator. Let me see. Bye, Anastasia. Thank you for being an amazing moderator. So long, B10. Thanks for being here with us. Thank you, Sherry Ware, for being an amazing moderator. Mo Shannon, the other amazing moderator, our first moderator at that. And I guess Church Nellie probably passed out by now. Anyway, when she wakes up, when Church Nellie come to, tell I said thanks for being an amazing moderator. But pour another little sip. We don't want it to come down too fast. She probably ain't gonna know I said any of this. Okay, that's it, y'all. Love you. Gotta go. And in broadcast.